I'll never get it. Hello, everybody, and welcome to C is for Chrome. It's been a heck of a week. Grace kicked my butt all over court, and it has sucked immensely. Now, having said that, and having had to deal with some things that I may talk about later, a conversation was rolling in my head as I was watching Nerdforge. Very good artistic inspiration for myself. Woman after my own. Martina is amazing. Just absolutely amazing. So, in the interest of my insanity, everybody keeps telling me to get off Facebook. Okay, yes, my initial page has become very toxic. Apparently, I'm not allowed to grieve whatever way I want to, because being angry is just, I guess, unacceptable. I'm a redhead. But, all of that garbage aside, everybody wants... Whoop, Bastion, don't stand on the laptop. Ah, pussycat. All of that aside, yes, I do need to clean house, and yes, there are things that I do need doing. But my life changed. The life I had is gone. So, on a creative note, thank you very much to Martina from Nerdforge, and her simple diorama in a bookcase. Lit up diorama in a bookcase. Oh my god, it was amazing. And then I watched her do another one. The first one had one of those repeating mirrored images thing. It was just really cool. And she even figured out how to make flame flicker in it. It was just absolutely amazing. And then I watched another. She did one for Diagon Alley from Harry Potter, and that was cool. And then I just kept watching some stuff and stuff. And then the words of one of my big brothers popped in my head, because he said something about project. And yes, this house needs many, many projects, because the upstairs is still not done. This house is cold. It is drafty unless I turn up the heat. Well, taking Martina's ideas and thinking about the idea I had the other day of the fact that I now have a house that is mine, and I don't have to share it if I don't want to. That means all the decorating possibilities are endless. There's no more no. So, I can hear him in the back of my head going, no! But no, he's kind of down and cool with the idea. But anyways, the idea was that for the first time in my life, I have always wanted a dollhouse. I don't have anything to throw because those two are just absolutely being... Silence. Crone cat and sage cat must duke it out. But anyways, sometimes there's a pot junk. There's a purpose for junk. Simon, come here, baby. But anyways, I digress. I'm wandering away from my excitement. One of the things that occurred to me is I was thinking about building a dollhouse for myself, because on that girly side of things, I've always wanted a dollhouse. And I had a tin one as a child, a little tin dollhouse that I dragged everywhere outside. I took it outside. I played it in my room. Took it outside when I was playing with dolls. Now, so I was thinking about building myself a wood one that I always wanted. It wouldn't be perfect. It wouldn't be fancy, but I have the ability to do it. He left me tools. I'm a widow with tools. Go tools, go tools, go tools. Anyways, as I was thinking about that, I was thinking about the male side of me. For those that don't know, I'm gender fluid, which means I have both personalities, and it can be a big pain in the ass, and it means that I am more than just a tomboy. Just plain and simple. I prefer to look like a woman, but predominantly my thinking is very masculine. That I needed a fort. And because a fort would be cool, you know, because that's all the boy things, you know, and I have all video games and all this build stuff like that. So I had told a friend, and I called a couple of people talking about doing that, and building essentially what I'm going to call a Dort. Because how do you call dollhouse and fort, and a fall house doesn't sound very good. So I'm going to build, so the plan was to sort of think in the terms of the house as a Dort, a dollhouse fort. You know, and just do things. Because yes, no, I'm not happy with this. What you can't see is really the hideous shade of beige on the walls. The camera won't pick it up. The walls just look kind of a drab white color with the white cupboards. And I had talked about doing the wood, stripping paint off, and doing them that amber honey color. Wow. In walks Martina into grieving widow's life tonight, this morning. Well, yeah, it's 1 o'clock, so 1 a.m. But, you know, it started last night, so. And what's Martina with all her fantasy stuff and things like that? And I went, as I was getting through, there was like, you know, I should go paint, I should go do something, and work on my kitchen garden and things like that. And then all of a sudden it was like the word project. I do believe it was the older brother that said that. And I went, project, bingo. I need to reno the house. I need to take everything that this house used to be and make it into what I need it to be happy. And I am a fantasy nerd. There's no question about that. The one time I potentially had a chance to go to Comic-Con, we didn't even know it was there. We were in Calgary at the time, and so we missed Stan Lee. Sort of like, ah! So, things are changing for the channel. I'm going to leave it as C is for Crone, so it's not going to confuse anybody. But a lot of stuff that I do, whether it's crochet or knitting or artwork or whatever, is going to be more fantasy based. Potentially leaning towards a little bit more cosplay. I'm waiting for this really obnoxious cold snap and a little bit more money to come in so I can get some better camera equipment, because one of these days these phones that are dying are going to die. I'm getting lucky right now to recording this. So, one of the things I really, really want to do, now that my brain has wrapped itself around that I no longer have to get up and go to dialysis. I've spent the last 5 months living that, you know, not having to live that since he passed, but still living that mindset, you know, and I gotta get up in the morning, go to dialysis, this is my life. It's no longer my life anymore, and so there's been some adjustment issues. So, what to do with the Dort? How do I want the Dort to look like? Well, I can't do everything that I would like to do based on the fantasy things. This house is built in such a way that if you add any significant weight to it, it will pull itself down. It's an older house, it's an old It's an old schoolhouse that was made into a house. It's a great place to live. There's lots of cool energy that I've been putting into this house. Me and the house have been trying to heal and get along fairly well. But that leaves me in a kind of because I also don't have a lot of money. But not having a lot of money doesn't mean you can't do anything. It just means you got to be creative. Well, I am terribly creative, and that's the one thing that's been sat on for, well, definitely for the last 2 years of dialysis. So the is what to do with the Dort. Now, what I decided was that yes, I need that air of fantasy, but what does that look like? It looks like the base for a Scottish cottage. I would love to put all the stone around the outside of the house. I don't think I'm going to ever be able to quite do that. New paint, clean the siding, etc. I'm going to put the gardens in for the sort of that English cottage feel that I want to do that into things. But the inside, with a little teeny bit of wood and some paint, and I got wondering whether or not I could paint. Can you paint on linoleum? I have a hole in the floor. Right there. Right there, right in front of Morgana there. That's a hole. Now, the cats made that hole worse. Walking on it made that hole worse. And generally, the only way to fix said hole is to rip up all lino, because I asked him, said husband, and replace the lino. But I got thinking, I can paint, and I want a stone flooring. I want a stone floor in here. There is a way to do it. It might involve ripping up the lino and just working with the hardwood that's there, and even if it's crappy, there are things to do that. It's going to take a bit, and I realized that my whole ideas of doing all this meant that I might die trying. I might be a very old lady still trying to get the fantasy inside the house. And then I thought, who cares? The whole point is everybody wants me to be happy. So, and it'll make good contact watching me be frustrated and my wins and my, my failures and my victories and all that wonderful stuff. So, I had originally turned my table, I was working on my table, this table area right here, and thinking in terms of, incorporating this extra fish tank into this kitchen garden with altar space, etc. Get the candles in there. And then figured out what was wrong with all that. It doesn't fit. It's clunky, it's big, it sucks. Donkey balls, as he would say. So, if it was spring, all of this, except said fish tank, would be going outside. So, and I've also discovered it's a little too cold in here, inconsistently with the heating and everything. I hate gas. But gas is the pride of the prairies, so we have gas. So the whole thing is I'm going to take this the kitchen table that everything is sitting out on here, and I am going to take it out. I just realized that the lesser of all the evils right now was that wooden stand there. Take that and put it in the window. The bowl has green onion and garlic in it that I'm having trouble keeping alive. The other fish tank was to be a warm space to see if I can get things like the apple trees I wanted for the greenery and the lemon and the orange, and see if I can get them to grow, because the last bit they died. The soil I used was from outside, and it was too heavy clay, and it's too cold in here, so careful what you say to me. I'm likely to run 1,000 miles with it before I find out I can't do it. But it's good to try. It's good to try. So that's the plan, is to Dort the house. Not erase his, as always, not erase his memory, but make it more appealing for me and the lifestyle that I am now going to have to live. I didn't choose this, you know. I didn't sit there and say, okay, fine, screw you, I don't like this anymore, and die. I didn't ask that. But there's things that happened, and I'm having to deal with it all, and I hate it, and I'm emotional, and I'm grumpy, and childhood trauma, and or as they said in the King and I, etc., etc., etc. It's my favorite line from the King and I. Go, Yul Brynner. So anyways, this is cool. The beige walls have got to go. The white cupboards have got to go. Now, how do I go in the kitchen at any rate? Turn this into kind of a Scottish cottage? I have no idea. But I really am very interested in trying to figure this out. I'm looking at my laptop right now at pictures of of Scottish cottages. Where is it? Okay, right here. Right there. And you can see there's a variety of things. Well, I saw this and went, oh my god, jump up and down for joy. Same with that one right there. And this is horrible video. But I'm not sure I could do that with the outside without major amounts of cost and possibly structuring. So I'll have to give that a think. Let's see. But on the inside, I haven't really gotten any really good pictures except this one. Whoop. Sorry. That one right here. There. Now, what I'm looking for is kind of like this white walled effect, stone floor, and the beams across the ceiling. Because I think that's cool. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but I think that's cool. So, that means that somehow up there I have to figure out how to paint beams up there. Use, you know, do what they call trompe-l'oeil, where what's there isn't actually there, it just looks like it's there. One of the things I had thought about the other day, was replacing the mirror on there. It's reflecting the microwave, and you see, hi, the mirror above the sink. And with some sort of picture frame, I can change the pictures out, so I got something besides me to look at. Like, it's great to have that mirror there, and I'm pretty sure it served a really good purpose for Grandma and everybody else when it was put up there. You know, nobody likes staring at a wall when you're doing dishes. That sucks. They didn't, you know, so no window got put there. But that doesn't mean there can't be a window there, and that I know how to do. That can be done with a picture frame, and a puzzle. Simple as that. Nice little thing. So, I'm happy now. I'm excited and energized and looking forward to the moving forward and everything that means. So, I probably will be doing a grief video. Later on, it just, grief came up and kicked me in the tuchus. Like I said, kicked me all over the court, and yes, now is the time. February is an awful month to be alone, especially this kind of alone, because, like, I don't want to go in the store. Are you kidding me? So, coming up for tea time is February's writing, and it's interesting. Instead of using the poetry prompt like I said I was thinking about doing on my piece of paper, I have been using music to inspire me. There may even be creative cubbyhole stuff going on. There'll definitely be some renos stuff, because, yeah, this kitchen needs to be not clean. It needs to be renovated. But we're going to work with what we got. The kitchen garden is going to go forward. There is no ands, ifs, but it's just going to take a major change. It needs to. I need the space in the kitchen. This is stupid. It's driving me nuts. Nothing in this house feels like it flows right. And that's an irritation that isn't cool. Let's see. Coming up on 22 minutes. Probably that's about it. But I just thought I would say hello. I'm still here. Love all my subscribers. Thank you for hanging in there. It's just really, really hard dealing with grief and COVID. That's the trifecta that don't mix. Grief, COVID, and menopause. So, anyways, thank you for watching. Bear with me, hang in there, because, as I said, this was going to be a very interesting year. My 50th birthday's coming up in June, so, what am I going to do for my birthday? A very long walk, I think. Go out and breathe. Just take the day off. Go take pictures. So, hopefully, like I said, the walking will come. Walking will come. So, and in a few months, C is for Crone will have been on YouTube for 1 year. So, I'm going to still ask for all of you out there, please see if we can spread the word. Don't let my dumbness, nuttiness on Facebook deter you. But we're gonna breathe. I don't put it on the C is for Crone. There. It's for other people. Anyway, thank you, and I look forward to showing you what I did in here with this kitchen garden to make life better for myself and more happy and joyful. Okay, bye.